Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. I went to Doncaster Model Railway exhibition and really enjoyed it. Had some nice food, had a look at the race course. It was a nice day. 3 days earlier there was a race at the meeting, but it was called off because of snow. You wouldn't have thought there was any snow. It was sunny, it was brilliant, spot on. And I was lucky enough, a friend went with us and she bought me my Christmas present from last year. She hadn't got it because she didn't want to get the wrong stuff. And she, excuse me, got me another box of FlexiTrack. So that's 2 boxes, 27 in each. It's about 920mm long. So it's about 50 metres. I need more. A lot more. And then I need a lot more of something else. I had a bit of a brain freeze. I don't know what I was thinking. But I did get, excuse the bag, it's the wrong bag. I got myself 4 long electrofrock points. I need a lot. Now, what I thought I needed and what I do need, this is where I've had the brain freeze, but never mind. I have some from the old layout. Any of the points I didn't put any ballast on, I kept. All the ones what I had ballast on, and that was, I don't know how many, but I chucked them. I wasn't going to mess about with them. This plan and this layout's just too important. I want everything to be right. I don't want anything where it might, I shouldn't have used that old one. I should have got a new one. So I've decided to do it this way. But my brain freeze. I thought I needed about 70 something points, and the fiddle yard needs 72 points, and I will show you a plan of this. I printed them off. But what I was thinking, I do not know. I just took it that it was overall. No, I was way out. And, I knew it was more, but I hadn't really registered. Now, all the points in the fiddle yard are going to be medium. As much for the angle to get a bit more of a gap in between the tracks. But I need 72 for that. And then I need points for in here. So altogether, what I'm going to do is you'll see that I've moved the table out. It's made more room. I didn't need it no more. And this video again is showing the area for the trestle bridge. It's, the next stage. I'm getting to a very tricky stage now. This is going to make it and break it. The colouring I'm happy with because we've done that test sample. But in here, I need 28 points, long points, and no diamonds, no double slips. So what I'll end up doing is I'm going to do the American layout part first, get all the track down. I will start running trains up and down the helix and stuff like that. And then I'm going to move to Japan, because that's in here and at the lower level, which again I'm going to show what my idea of this running around this area where we are sat here. And that needs 18 points, no diamonds, crossovers or double slips. Now, when it comes to Europe, I need 48 long points, 2 double slips and 5 diamond crossovers. And again, I've printed the plan out for you to see. England only needs, and I'm saying only because it's less than Europe, only by 2, I need 46 long points and 2 diamonds, long diamonds. I don't need any double slips in England. So that's my bit of a mistake, and in total I need 212 points. Oh, a bit different from 70 something what I had sort of in my head, but what were I thinking? I don't know. You know, like I say, old age, what can you say? It's, you know, I need all them points, I need all the point motors, all the electronics for it, and I've got plans of how I'm going to do the wiring, so it's not underneath the boards, so I'm not going to be any crawling. But when I get to that, I'll show you. I've got an idea. I just haven't decided how I'm going to do it. My first idea was quite simple. I've made it a bit more complicated. Only from the idea of scenery, not complicating it for the wiring. That's the same however I do it or where I put it. So on with the video. So I just thought I'd show you it with the doors open, and that's what I'm going to see when I first walk into this part of the layout, which I think is it's going to do what I thought. You know, I hope that when my friends come round to see it, they'll, you know, it will make an impact straight away for them to, if they're not interested in model railway, to make them go, oh, I want to look a bit more at this. But as you can see, down there is a gap I've left. So when I'm filming like this area, you won't see Japan. You'll see a gap, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put that on a bit of a slope, and I'm going to scenic, just put some grass on. I'm not going to put any bushes around because that will restrict hand getting in. This side still needs covering to match that. This will get trees on going up here, which should look nice. There's the river coming straight out. I decided to go straight out, and that's the pond back there. So if I show you in here, there's the pond there, so the water will come over the edge here, down into here, and run down into that, and then over and run off. This is actually on the green oasis, so I could just easily carve it out, and that the pond is the same, and I've got all of that area done now with just plaster Paris on. I need to put one more coat on, and then I have to put Hydrocal on it to make the rocks. And this is where now it's going to get a little bit tricky. This piece of wood's just holding the front up. I'm going to have to then get the oasis, and I'm going to make imprints so these sit in the actual oasis itself, and then I can carve the rocks down and this one up and stuff like that, so you don't see all of this concrete foot. It's like being cut into, like they drilled it out to pour the concrete in to stop it wobbling from left to right, instead of it being just sat on rock. But I've just got this side still to do. And then if we go around here, just a minute. So that's another entry for hand to get in from this side, going so far across, and then the other from here to get arm in if anything comes off. And when I said about putting the paper towel in or something just to catch, that's what happens when you put the plaster Paris on this, anything meshy where there's a hole, it can go through and it drips off, so you don't want it to drip on the track. And I've got it all the way in there, so it's all clean in there. Now I have some pictures, a small video of the inside looking through the gaps of that. I don't know what it has come out like, I haven't looked yet. I may put that on just for you, just to see it from how we'll look at it when we're in here, if we have to do anything, clean track or whatever. So it's looking at the back side of all of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one screw underneath here, screwed up with the foot of the screw, the head sitting on here, and one on this one on the back here, and one on the front here. I'm going to adjust it to the height it needs to be so I get the right level. And with the Oasis, I'll cut it round, I'll put a slot in so it can slide in, because I'm going to have to try and do it with the bridge there, so I can every now and then just, you know, keep seeing. Otherwise I'm going to have to lift the bridge off, put a piece of Oasis on, lift it on and off, and the more I the more I lift it, yes, it takes me lifting it, but it's a bit, there's more chance of me catching it and actually damaging it. I have made it bigger here and in front here, just to give it so the land wasn't just ending right at that point. So I have added another couple of 100 mil on, which okay, I didn't need to do, but I thought it was for the better. You know, you have to make a decision when you start building, you know, should I just go a little bit this way, a bit that way, whichever, with the boards, make this a bit smaller, a bit bigger. But I'm desperate to get a bit of colour on. It's interesting, the plaster of Paris is a bit muckier, but that's why I'll cover it with Hydrocal, because Hydrocal colour's different anyway. It's not so bad on here because the paint will cover that, but when it comes to the rocks, they all need to have that base white, and then the colour will be different on all the rocks, but at least it sets off to be the same. Don't know if it shows on there. That was the last bit I did. Looks like there's a join there. It's just where that bit of plaster of Paris. But I did get a better. I got a new bag of 25 kilo after the first one would burst open, and I wasn't going to accept it because I couldn't find the age of the bag, because all the bag wasn't there. So I needed to see the age of the plaster. That's that bit. What I thought I'd do is I'd just print the plans out to show you where the other shed, the future of England, which this is the plan for England. I think you can guess that's the ship, which is over there. It's got some trees on. Yeah. Birds have flown in and dropped the seeds. Anyway, so there's another helix in this, but nothing's going round the helix like this. It's just to get up from one level to the other. This area is going to be where these gaps are here, is going to be a cement works. So there'll be wagons bringing stuff in and taking cement out and things like that. That there is where it comes into here, into down this wall, because England's on the lower level, so it comes in to this level here, and that's where those tracks there, even though they're not at the right setting, will come across through an outdoor tunnel, which are going to have to be heavily insulated and stuff, and then comes into here on the Japan level. But this is England, so that's the cement works. This is the container yard. Those tracks here are on the upper level. That's into America. These are the ones where they come in at the bottom of the helix and come out to get into, to have a run round here. But I am going to do it so these red lines just goes underneath the helix to get round. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. These lines may have to go up a little bit. The helix is always rising, so when they come across here, there should be enough gap to get that line round. I may have to just sink into the insulation a little bit, just to drop these lines a little bit, just to give them a bit more room. But I can worry about that in the future. This is the power station area. If you remember, on my old layout I had a power station because I've got those new Revolution biomass wagons, so I want to be running them. And this is Woodthorp station in England. So that's the England layout, and this is the European layout, which will be above England. This area here where these tanks are is going to be a fuel depot bringing in I don't know how I'm going to do the fuel, if it's just coming in with petrol or an oil, or coming with oil and manufacture it into petrol. I haven't decided yet, or diesel, whichever. I haven't come up with that plan yet. That's going to be the station. It's a terminus station, except for those two lines running through there. Oops, sorry, it's come out of focus for me. That's these two lines here, those two, are those there. And that is so it can come up and down to run round this area, round Europe. Now, the blue here is going to be the Glacier Express line, and that has a helix here. It's only a small one to go up 200 millish, to go around there all the way around, and then it goes under in this area here. When we was talking about this, all this rock face here, and it, you know, sort of, they can climb it like the Alps and stuff. Well, in Europe, all across this corner, from there going right across, is going to be right up to the ceiling like the Alps. So, and then there'll be all rocks going, you know, a back scene with, you know, the hills and stuff going across and down here, and there'll be rocks going down to the lower level, because these will be, all this will be 200 mil lower. So that's going to be the Glacier Express. And again, that there, those two lines is how they get into the upper level, which is up here at 4 foot. One to get into America and to get to the fiddle yard. So that's how they get to the fiddle yard. And then in this area here, where these are going to be buildings, warehouses, this is where the water train is going to be loaded and come to England, because once a week at least, I believe it's only once a week, but it could be more, a water train comes from France or from Europe with bottled water. And I thought it would be nice to do that, because we've watched videos with the real thing being pulled by 66s mainly. So that would be, I thought that would be nice to actually do. Now, this here, this grey bit with the 4 lines on, and the one there is going to be a swing bridge, and it's going to be a double swing bridge, because there's going to be a door here. So I can walk in, and I'll just push it that way, because this angle here isn't going to be square, it's going to be on a slight slope. So when it opens that way, it's always leaving the track. And it's going to be double, because it's going to move that one and that one at the same time. And that's how I get into the middle without having to do any crawling. And that's the idea. Europe and England have 4 tracks going round. So, too fast, too slow. Same there. The America, which is under here, as you've seen before, there, has only got 2 tracks, and so does Japan. It's only going to have 2. So I thought I'd show you that. And then this plan is the fiddle yard. Now, this is the fiddle yard for 1 level only, because there's 2. And they're exactly the same. And they're the same length from here to there. They're the same from there. There's another small line, a couple of spaces for each. And it adds up that there's 10 lines, I believe, and one will always be open on each set. So the colour, if we look at, say, Japan, if you look here, those lines are going in, and this is how England gets into the fiddle yard. And if these were the lines here, that's how they go in. There'll be a small tunnel from the shed we're in now, you can see the end of the wall there, and into the fiddle yard, and they'll go in and come round. And there's only one line in and one out. Even though England has 4 lines running round, it'll only use one of them to get the stock from the fiddle yard, or to run round Japan or America. So that's what I will do, that's the plan. And the same with the one below, that is exactly the same. So I know what track I'll need for that, for coming in. I believe that's the English one, because the colour's the same. And this is the upper one for Europe and America, because again there's only one line coming from America. If I find the America plan, so where America here goes in on this line with the curve there and comes back out on that one on the left and curves back out. That's how I'm going to do that. It's not so bad with America only having 2 lines. England and Europe's going to be a bit more busier swapping trains across, but that's because again I've put the point system in here so they can get across to get to the inside line to go off into the fiddle yard. And with I trains, it'll, you know, if I'm manually moving a train, or I'm moving a train from this, say, what colour is it? Black line, 3rd from the left, across, and there are other trains running round the other 2, I trains will just stop them, wait for the points to change back, and once they get off over here, it can change them and they can carry on running. So that's the other thing for having I trains. So I've got all the plans printed out now. So, but like I say, England, that one, and Europe is, you know, I've got enough work in here for now. Basically, I'm going to do America first, as in get all the track done, then Japan, which is this lower level, and then go into the fiddle yard and put the fiddle track in for America and Japan. Then once that's done, then I'll start to build the shed for England and Europe, and then put those tracks in. And again, just do one at a time. I'll probably do England first when I get into there, and then do Europe, and then do the fiddle yard for England and Europe. So I don't have to do all the fiddle yard or all this. But why I'm doing America first, because of this trestle bridge, but what points I get, I'll just concentrate, and what track, I'll just concentrate on this one level and then down to the other. Also, when I was at Doncaster, I got some small rocks. I'm going to see if I can dye these, even though they're already got colour on. If they don't, they'll be used elsewhere, but I just thought I'd get them And I've got some dark soil. I like using this paint, textured paint. But I did get a train for my daughter because she saw this train at an exhibition last year. And I had one when I was younger, but older than my daughter. It's when I was a teenager. And it's a class 47 in two-tone green. She loved it. So I said, I'll get you. And I found a brand new one. Hopefully I've got that in the right place for you to see and it's focused. I apologise if it's not. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The next stage, it's starting to come together. And the entrance, my plan of opening the doors and seeing this first bit, what I'm doing, and I've shown you in the video, I just think it's going to be great. So thanks very much for stopping by, and thanks for the new subscribers. Again, I've got 3 more. Not many, but it's going up. It's great, and the encouragement, the people who have left messages, comments, it's great. Thanks very much indeed. And I look forward to speaking to you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.